The content of this radio show is to provide information and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered advice or a recommendation. Thing or Two About Life, Total, is an adult podcast and recommended for mature audiences only. No content from the radio show can be used without the permission of Thing or Two About Life, Total. Thank you.
I am so into me, but I can learn a thing or two from you. I can weather the storm all by myself, but I'm so glad I got a total crew.
Beautiful people, welcome back into Thing or Two About Life. It is the Total Podcast. I am Mario, and I'm hanging out with my beautiful fam, my peeps, the crew, as usual. We want to thank you guys for hanging out. We are back with another episode. Last week episode was pretty great. Got good views on YouTube, so we definitely appreciate that. And thank you to all the people that be joining the group. We really appreciate that as well. Thank you for all the people that tuned in to the live that me and Andrea did this week. It was thank you. We plan to try to do that at least once a week. We're gonna kind of incorporate everybody that wants to participate from the crew. That includes current company and people that's in the group.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that y'all did it live.
Yeah, we did. So we just gotta, let you know then. So when you want to become a part of it, hey, let's do it. And on that particular live, we just talk. You know what I mean? No structure, no nothing. We just talk like we normally talk. So yeah, thank you to everybody that did that. Don't forget you can catch us out there in them digital streets. Everything is behind us, atotalview22@gmail.com, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the usual suspects, all the usual places. So with that being said, we're gonna let everybody introduce themselves and get the show going. Marlena, you and Madeline get to go first. Beautiful people, beautiful ladies. Go ahead and start us off.
Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? Hello, Total Crew. How y'all doing?
Sup.
Hi, Leon. How you doing?
Hello.
My bestest friend. I ain't mad at you no more.
All right, I appreciate that.
But anyway, Mario, when you get through with your introductions, I got something I need to say or talk about. So whenever you get done with your introductions, go ahead, Marlene.
Gotcha.
Meow. Everybody this evening. Thank you so much for coming in. Bring a friend if you like. You still got time while the introductions are going on to bring somebody in with you. I hope to I hope that Dianetta is feeling better this week. I don't think that she's going to come in with us tonight, but I hope that she is feeling better.
Okay.
Yeah,
definitely. All right, bruh, Mr. Triple H, Mr. On1, Mr. Make It Do What It Do. Talk to him.
What's up, my beautiful people? Back in the building once again. We're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. We're going to see what's cracking and popping, and we're going to get it crunk in here.
All right, well, let's get it crunk in here then. Like I said, we're going to keep that energy going from last week. Last week was a really good show. As I said, when I was sitting back trying to edit the show and listening to it, I was like, oh my God, this was just fun. A lot of things I missed when we was actually recording it that I heard then. I was like, okay, yeah. Marlena was definitely on one. All right, with that being said, our resident big man is in the house. Talk to him, Playboy Mitch.
Big Mitch in the house. Let's play this game of cat and the mouse. I'm the resident big man because I melt in your mouth and not in your hand. Let's do it.
All right. Let's do it. All right. We also have the beautiful, wonderful Diane Atissa in the house. Talk to him, pretty lady.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
That's all we got to
Good
say, y'all.
evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Okay. All right. So producer, pretty lady, go ahead and talk to him, and then we're gonna turn the floor over to Madeline because she said she got something burning hot to get off her chest. Let's go.
You're forgetting about Triple H down there in the corner. You know, he keep on hipping and hopping and hemming and hawing and shit and all of that. Let's not leave him out, right? But anyway,
worry about everything else. I done already talked.
I'll
I
get you.
was finna say I called on Triple H.
Oh boy, I know I'm gonna need this. I know I'm
And
gonna
he
need this
ain't
bottle
doing
now,
all of that
boy.
no more. He ain't doing all that hipping and hopping and hoeing and stuff. I don't think he is, because he in the family right now.
Oh, my
No.
bad. Well, excuse me, Mr. Leon there. My
Yeah,
bad.
he's my
My
bestest
bad.
friend. I got to take up for him.
Yeah, you do. But anyway, good evening, everyone. Thank you for everyone that joined us on last week when me and Mario did the live. Hope you enjoyed the show. And we're gonna get right into it this evening. We got a lot of stuff that we're gonna cover with you guys, and yeah, we're gonna turn it over to Madeline.
Well, y'all, at the advice of some of my friends, I tried to date a younger man.
Uh-oh.
And it just I can't do it. It just ain't for me. You know, uh, I tried to sing him a song, and y'all know that song by Midnight Star. It says, "I'm curious about your love." And it's by Midnight Star, right?
I don't know who it's by, but
I
I
think
know the
so. Yeah.
song. I'm
So,
Yeah,
curious. Yeah.
yeah. That's Midnight Star.
Well, anyway, Lord have mercy. I'm beginning to think y'all didn't know the damn song too.
we know the song.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I sang the song to him, and it just went ugly.
Oh.
He said, "What the fuck you curious about? Every time I turn the damn around, you act like you're jealous. I'm, I can't do nothing. I'm like, I'm just singing you a song. You jealous of something? What you curious about? I ain't doing nothing. And honestly, we ain't even no couple or nothing.
Mm.
So, I'm like, what the heck? I was just singing you a song.
Mm.
Hmm.
You know these young generation don't know nothing about them old songs.
Oh,
All they know is the new hip hop bibbity bop. That ain't about nothing.
What you call it? The hip hop bibbity bop.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. Now he kind of got bored with the fact that I was really trying to sing him a song. So he decided that he was going to sing something for me. And then I got twisted. Because it was like, "Bitch, drop them draws. Turn,
what?
throw them legs back up in the air," and some stuff. I'm like, what the thing is that?
Can
Oh
I ask
my.
how old is when you say younger? How old are you talking?
Well, I don't really want to say Marriott.
Oh my.
For this
Doing
particular
what?
teaching purpose, I'll let you call me Mario because I want to know. What's the answer?
You married? Oh, he was young.
was just young.
He was young.
Okay.
Mario, you know,
50s young.
a little lower than
No,
that.
no.
But we ain't
Yeah,
gonna
you
keep
talking
going
40s
way
about
down
young.
and down. We
you
ain't
talking
gonna
about
keep
30.
doing that, Andrea. No.
Okay, 20s young.
No, he ain't that young.
30s young.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say somewhere between 35 and 45.
Okay.
If you being truthful.
All right.
What you say, Mario?
Oh my.
If you being truthful about that, cause he said, bitch, drop them draws, and I mean, I'm thinking a little younger than 35.
Oh my.
Well, he's not younger than 35.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Go get back to your story.
But anyway, I mean, that was it. I mean, you know, it just ain't for me, you know.
You know, I get that. I truly understand where you coming from in that note, because if you come to me singing a song talking about some bitch drop them jaws, first of all, who the hell is your bitch?
Thank you. And everybody knows that I'm a lady and a Southern Belle Diva, and I wouldn't listen to such as that anyway. My Lord.
Please,
Yeah, it
Lord,
seems
give me
like
the
you just
strength,
need
and
to
I
go
have
ahead.
no pushback to any of this. I just want to be an innocent bystander tonight. I will not, devil, I rebuke you. Don't let me tell no truths or answer none of these questions. Go ahead, continue.
Sounds like
I-
you just need to hang up from that and just move on from that. Because you already don't feel that. So
Well, you know,
just
I went
move
ahead and
on
sang
from
that
that.
Teddy Pendergrass song, you know, looks like another little TKO, because
TKO.
Yes.
I can't do that. I
Yes.
can't do that.
Question for you,
So
baby girl.
That was
go
showing
ahead,
up a
Mitch.
little
Go ahead,
technical
Mitch.
knockout because I can't do it.
What made you in the first place want to mess with somebody that young?
Well, I really didn't. I didn't. It was just, you know, I took the advice of some of my friends because, you know, I have a small space of in age. Me and Mario talked about this before, that he didn't think that I was very limited in my age range for men, because I like to keep it really close to my age. And so I didn't, it wasn't working for me. So, you know, at the advice of some of my girlfriends, I decided to date somebody a little bit younger. So, you know, I don't do that no more.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel that dating a younger person is not for you, then I say don't do it.
And Merlene told me not to.
We all have to find in whether it's a man or a woman, the qualities that we are looking for.
Well, I can say at least I gave it a shot, but I had to hear him shoot that down real quick.
So in other
And that
words, you
was
saying
the
it's
best.
Mario fault.
Excuse me?
In other words, you saying it's Mario fault.
No, no. You know, I actually said some of my girlfriends,
You said
you
Mario.
know,
Yeah.
was the one that kind of talked me into doing that. Now, me and Mario he made a suggestion a long time ago when we were talking about this, that, you know, but I don't think he was even actually saying go that young. But, you know, he said I just needed to expand it just a little bit more. You know, maybe late 50s, you know, uh, somewhere in that range. But, you know,
I
not
don't know.
as young as
Mario
35 to
I
45.
heard Mario say before 18 to 80, blind, crippling, crazy.
Excuse me?
I said I heard Mario say 18 to 80, blind, crippling, crazy.
Well, that's his line.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
that was that was for himself, not for me.
Okay.
So what it sounds like to me, you're saying that if he just would have etched out the word bitched, everything would have been okay. He would just said, Marlena, bend it
No,
over.
no. Just because we ain't on the same page whatsoever.
Okay. Okay. So
He didn't understand. He didn't understand where I was coming from, and I totally understood where he was coming from. I just don't like it.
okay, so to put a bow on this, so you're saying you're done with the young, way younger
I'm
experiment.
done with the young man. That was it.
Okay. All right. We'll stay tuned until the next one come along.
Ain't gonna be no next one, Mario. Maybe the next one
Okay.
will be blind, crippled, and crazy.
Can I ask you something? Didn't we just have a conversation about this? Or was it just me and Mario and Leon about messing with people younger than us? Didn't we have this conversation, y'all?
Had to
I,
be amongst you all,
I'm,
'cause I don't
I
remember
think
we,
that
talking
was a
about it.
I'm
conversation just
thinking we
private for the
did.
guys.
Okay, okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking we did have this conversation, all of us, sometime long time ago. But yeah, we did.
Because remember how y'all was getting in my ass?
Yes, that's why I
Okay,
say that.
okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
that's why I'm sitting here looking at you sideways. I'm like,
That's why I said that. Yes, I did remember
mhm.
those conversations.
Okay.
Okay.
I just thank you for not making me feel like I was crazy.
You're not crazy. I do remember it.
Okay.
You remember it,
Okay.
Marlene? Yeah, I remember it.
Okay. So with that being said, Andrea, get into um the first
Gotcha.
topic
Gotcha.
of the night, please.
Gotcha. So I don't know whether you all seen it in the group or not, but I had posted this post from another group. Basically, just to sum it all up, guy, he was 53 years old, I believe. Let me go to it real quick. He was 53 years old. His wife was 49, I do believe. And from her previous marriage, the husband, he's deceased. He left her some properties, right? He left
5
her like,
properties.
yeah, about 5 properties and a couple of farms and things and whatnot. So he goes to her and asks her um to at least put 2 of the houses in his name so that his kids could benefit from it, inheriting some things, once he died. So my question to you all, should this have been a conversation that they had started, or should this have been something that he let her address in her own time?
Well, what did she originally do? She said yay or nay.
She refused to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the end of it, she wouldn't do it.
Okay, go ahead then, Mitch.
I don't think that she's wrong, and I think the dude is dead wrong. He's dead wrong for one, because how you gonna come and try to take something away from a woman that gained it from another man, for one, and for two, you 53 years old. How long y'all been married?
I
If
think it's
y'all ain't
been
even
like
been,
3 years.
if you ain't even been married long enough to even have a situation or a thought of gaining something from her like that, are you paying taxes on it? Or have you been doing any upkeep on the properties, maintenance, or anything? 3 years, I don't even think you have the nuts to be able to do something like that. I think that man is dead wrong for even thinking something like that. Furthermore, the way I look at it, he should have already tried to get something together for his own children. Then I have to flip it around, because there's a lot of women that have been in this same situation, and the man has passed and took everything.
Ding, ding, ding. That's what I was just about to say, Mitch.
So, it's one of those things that she needs to make up a will. But if they married, and dude is taking responsibility for all these properties, paying taxes and doing this and that, he's just as, liable for anything that occurs with these properties, even if it's not in his name, if they marry. Because in certain states, that's common property. That's, well, community property. So it's one of those things that they need to sit down and have a conversation about.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Okay. I will say this, right? But I agree with you about, to me, time matters. Time around somebody or time served, however you want to say it, matters. That's just me. But like Mitch said, depending on what state you in, time and laws are different. Cause somebody could go marry an NFL player right now, a guy who's at, let's say, at the end of his career. If he get caught cheating on her in the first year, she is eligible to ask for his pension. And she only been with this man a goddamn year. He done played in the league 12 years, but she can do that. You see what I'm saying? Is she eligible for his pension? I ain't even been with him a year. Is she eligible for it? Do she deserve it?
No, she don't deserve it.
No, she don't deserve it. So I think the story is kind of a little incomplete because we don't know if he, like Mitch said, been running around doing upkeep on the forums. Because everybody know who been around the forum know farm is some hard work if it's a real
Yeah.
farm. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You put some work in. So now if he run around putting in work at these farms, been the handyman at the house and all of that type of stuff, then okay, he might have a leg to stand on. But just to be asking because you feel she have an abundance, I don't think that's cool.
Right. Me either. Marlena?
I don't think he should have asked, period.
I don't either.
I think he should have allowed her to have a conscience about what she wants to do with her assets that they didn't acquire together. Are his children living in the home? Is she raising those children as her own?
I wouldn't think so. They're in their 50s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
that's
so they're
true
grown.
because he 53
So
and
his
she
kids are
what
probably
49.
almost grown. So she
I'm
probably
all
ain't
mine
even,
grown. I'm
she
54.
probably don't even really have that kind of connection with them
Right.
to even want to do that. Anything that we acquired together, I would put it like that. And anything that we acquired together, I wouldn't have a problem sharing more of the assets with his kids of something that we acquired together, since I already have that those assets from my previous marriage or relationship or whatever. I wouldn't have a problem giving more assets to him for his children in our our marital assets or whatnot, unselfishly, because I already have something to give my children. But I don't be asking me for shit. Let me have a conscience about what I want to do with my own stuff.
Right.
I would have said no too. I would have said no.
Okay. And dad go boil down and don't be asking me for shit.
I mean, when you're 3 years into a marriage, that's a little bit of, to me, that's just a little bit of a lot to be asking for. We just 3 years into this. Come on now. I can see if we were 10, 15, 20 years into this, but then yes, I would consider doing something like that. But after 3 years, we don't know whether we're gonna make it to the next year or not. After just 3 years, we're still considered as being partially newlyweds. 3 years, come on, that's a little bit much. Uh,
But is it a little bit much for if she asking him to be the maintenance man at all these properties and being the
Well,
handyman at all these properties? Is that I guess
well,
3 years is too early to ask him to start
but
being a handyman at the properties?
in that sense, is with them already having those her already having those properties established, I'm quite sure she already has someone in place that takes care of all of that. So that really exits him out on that.
Well, but not true, not the same. Because some of y'all women believe that as soon as I become the husband, therefore de facto, since you're my husband now, you should run over there and take care of all of that
so
now.
should. And if you do,
See,
then
see.
you so should. And if you do, then I wouldn't have a problem with sharing. But given the amount of time, don't think you get no whole lot because this ain't been number 3 years.
Okay, so
You ain't
even though
getting
I'm going over there to be the handyman, is it
you
fair
ain't
for me
getting no
to
whole
ask
lot.
for a salary? For ask for be paid to be take care of 5 properties in 2 forms?
In 3 years, you ain't getting no whole lot.
No, do you didn't answer the question. He's been asked to
But
take care
he
of
is
5 houses in 2 forms. If he is, are you saying do it because you're my husband, or am I going to pay you to be a maintenance man? Because at that point, 5 houses in 2 forms, that's a full-time job.
it is, and I understand that. I
I
understand it at that point. Then yes, it's a full-time job, but 3 years into a marriage, that's not, even though you know that I have all of this, that's not a conversation that you should bring up to me. That's a conversation you should allow me to come to you with.
You know what, Shug? That's very good. I like what you just said. But this is what I want to ask you. So why is it okay for a basketball wife to be married to a man for a year or two and then want to take half of everything he got?
That's
Yep.
wrong too.
I don't
That's
think it's
wrong
wrong.
too. That's
I
wrong too.
absolutely think it's wrong.
Let me
It
explain
But it
something.
happens.
happens.
Let
It
me.
But I get what
happens.
you're saying. But it happens all the damn time.
It
It
does.
happened. It happened. I'm gonna put a personal story out there dealing with
Come
my
on
mom.
with it.
With my mom. So before my mom married, the year before my mom died, she got a divorce from her ex-husband, then ex-husband. So our house and things, she owned it. She still wasn't at the age as to where she could just get a whole lot out of her pension yet, but she was retired. So uh he, in his mind, him thinking that they had been split up for a long period of time, and she just finally decided that she would go ahead and get a divorce, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
with him thinking that if they just stayed the 10 years, that she would have to sell the house, he still would be entitled to her pension and things like that. But anyway, when the verdict came in of it, he asked him, uh, did she accumulate any of these things while she was married to you? His answer to that was no. Did she already have these things, this property and all of her stuff set in place before she married you? His answer to that was yes. And then he told him, well, you're not entitled to any of this because this is things that she had before you even came into the picture. But that's in Arkansas. Each state,
Exactly.
each
Okay, thank
state,
you. Thank you.
each state vary.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Do
And
I think that
it's that way here too in North Carolina. Anything that she acquired or he or she acquired before marriage is theirs to keep.
right? So do a NFL, NBA player wife after a year, uh, should she be entitled to have for whatever it is that he got? In my mind, no, because you hadn't been there throughout this person's whole career.
Okay. All right. I hear you. It's just one of them type of things where it's just a matter of opinion, personal preference, depend because some people feel mine is mine and what we get together, okay, cool. And some people believe that even while we together, if I'm gonna put the majority of the money behind this, or I did all the planning or the scheming, some people feel you don't deserve nothing. So it just depends on what your mindset is when it comes to this type of stuff. What you think, Leon?
Ooh, that's a touchy subject there, man.
It
But
is, it is.
but I hear what everybody's saying, and I understand what everybody's saying. But in marriages, like Mitch touched on with the basketball players, NFL players, stuff like that, when they get married, what they forget, majority of them forget to do, 95% of them forget to do is get a goddamn prenuptial agreement before they get married. That
Yep.
that cuts down everything right there from what I already got and what you can have once you leave. They forget about that shit, so when they get married, they feel as though they entitled to half everything or a certain percentage of everything. That would stop it right there, and it would stop it in a lot of marriages. Non-professional marriages also. For as like just regular marriages, if they had to have
Mhm.
a prenuptial agreement before they got married. But most people don't think about that. Well, most of us don't think about that. The good peoples, they always think about the prenup prior to getting married. And won't they wives or their husband to sign it because they know they got a little bit here, a little bit there. And to touch on her situation with her husband, after being married 3 years, I mean, he ain't got a say so. He shouldn't have a say so in anything that she had prior to their marriage because it was bequeathed to him, to her.
Yep.
And bequeath, once people put it in a will and say this belongs to this person, it belongs to that person. Ain't nothing nobody can do about it. So once her husband died and he had in his will, these five houses and these two farms belong to her, and whatever she want to do with them is her business. It could be 100 years from now, and she died. They still in her name, and if she don't bequeath them to nobody, they go to the state. So for him to ask, I mean, like everybody said, we got to be married longer than 3 years to be able to talk about this, or I got to feel it in my heart that hey, your grown ass kids who ain't doing shit for themselves, or you ain't did shit for your kids and all this time, these 53 years of you being alive, you ain't planned out where how I'm gonna take care of my kids if something go wrong or if something happen to me, how they gonna be taken care of. Don't come asking me, goddamn me, to split what I got prior to you to give to your kids when I got to think about my kids.
Right.
Okay. That's a fair assessment. All right, Diane, you ready to jump in this thing?
Yeah. So I think just from a accumulation of what everybody said, they've been married 3 years and he's asking for property that she had previous to the marriage. Um yeah, I wouldn't necessarily ask. I wouldn't be bold enough to ask something like that. Not especially not saying, "Can I give it to my kids?" That's something that is going to be either put in a will um or something discussed over time. Because uh I think the best bet is just to basically get a will. And like Leon said, start off with a prenup.
Yeah.
Because of
So
course I'm gonna look
Yeah.
out for
Wait, but
my bet. I'm gonna look
yeah.
out, huh?
So go ahead.
go ahead, go ahead.
I'm gonna look out for make sure my kids are straight, and depending on how long I'm in this marriage, will determine if I'm gonna look out for the other person's kids, or I'll just look out for my husband at the time and he can share his
There you
portion
go.
with the kids. That's all.
Okay. So do y'all find that if, and I don't know, man or woman, but I'm just asking this question in general. do you find if that people start making, like, let's say the man said, I want to marry you and I love you, and start making women sign prenup, do y'all find marriages will still go on as planned, or would a lot of people back out of weddings because they have to sign prenups?
Oh, it'd be a lot of folks bagging out of marriages because they thinking about it's. I hate to say it, but a lot of women think about the financial gain of a marriage as opposed to men thinking about the financial gain in marriage. Men get married because of love, and the thing that they want the most would be that woman and to have a life with them. Women thinking about, hey, how can I be financially stable? How can I be stable in my later years? And when I ain't doing this or I ain't doing that, how can I be straight? Men, we don't think about stuff like that. We think about at the moment. Women think about they plan out they time, they effort, they life. They tend to think out longer periods of time. Where men think about 2, 3 years from now, women think about 10, 20 years from now.
Yeah, but that statement is so general and broad. You're saying that women think about the financial aspect of what they can get out of a marriage, and that's not
No,
true.
they think about the stability of a marriage.
Well, yeah, so stability and what you said is different. So we do think about security, but not necessarily financial, uh, just the whole, pot of everything, not just the financial portion. So, because again, like they say, you with the person till death do you part, despite any disabilities or whatever the case may be. What if they become disabled and you are the breadwinner? They more so, I think women more so marry for I guess longevity and security, but not necessarily financial security, just overall.
Mm. Well, the first thing women love to say is they don't want no broke man. You know what I'm saying? So
So don't,
if
We
uh,
don't.
so
okay, so
don't want
that's what
no
I'm saying.
broke
Let's just
man.
okay,
But
okay, let's just be honest about that though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
I
that don't
just
make you a
was.
gold digger because you want to be financially secure. That don't make you a gold digger. But Leon got a point. If the finances ain't right, no matter how much you love him, you may question being married to him.
That ain't,
Yeah,
well,
but
I ain't gonna say, I
that
ain't gonna say that. I wouldn't say that's true of all women.
No, no, that's why I said may, not some women. Some women will love you unconditionally, and there's only a few women that'll do that. That's why I said may. Not all women are the same. I'll give you that.
Yeah, because I know one that goddamn me was all about the fucking money. Fuck it. No, never mind.
Yeah.
That just
I
suck.
mean,
Oh my
in order
goodness.
to have a nice life at this day and age, you kind of need two incomes. Um,
You do.
so you kind of want somebody that is, to be financially stable on their own, and you come in and join whatever they have, and just have a happy life. But no, I'm not gonna marry somebody that's just like want to just be the keeper of the farm.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying let's put it to the forefront and be honest about it. I ain't say- you are well within your rights to want to be secure and keep up at the very least the lifestyle you got now. I ain't saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying let's stop treating that like the point we tiptoeing around. A lot of women want financial security, and Leon is right. I ain't saying y'all wrong for that. I'm saying let's just be honest about it and put that on the front burner instead of the back burner.
That's true. And it's true of men too.
It is,
Not like women though,
but not like y'all.
because y'all want y'all's right up front. Y'all
Most
want to
of we
know that y'all gonna be all right up front.
Yeah, that's
sure
security.
do.
So that's fair.
That's security. You
That's
want to
what
make
do
sure.
you mean is it fair? You
I'm just
should want to
asking.
know that you're gonna be up be okay right up front too with your expectations of what you want from a woman.
I'm gonna be all right if I have to use a bow and arrow, Marlene.
But see,
I'm just saying. I'm
that's
just saying.
that's what most men and women differ at though, because men tend, like I said, men tend to think about stuff right as it happened. So we want to make sure that we straight right then and there, and maybe a couple of years from now that we straight, we okay. Women think about it long out. They think about it 5, 10, 15, 20 years out. They want to be straight. They want to be okay. Men, we
Is
don't we
anything wrong with us having a long term goal?
Uh, yeah, you know that's like you said when y'all go out, we go out on dates, women go out on dates. One of the first things they what are your long term goals, short term goals? Y'all ask questions like that. Men, we don't ask questions like that. We want to know about, well, what do you like? What are you into? What do you want to do? What do you want to where you want what do you like to do for fun right now? What you like to do for fun, if you're doing this or you're doing that. We don't think about asking questions, but what do you think you're gonna be at in 15 years? Or what do you think you're gonna be doing in 15 years? Do you plan on having family, 3, 4, 5 kids, or what you see yourself doing in this length of time? If we are to, or if you want with, or we're not with you.
But those are the conversations that you should have at the beginning of any relationship, because you might not want the same things that the other person want. You might want kids, that person might not want kids. And if that's the case, then that may or may not work at all.
Right,
And
but see,
when and
men
when
don't think about that.
and when we think about the longevity of things, we and especially with going into a marriage, we're not looking, we think that look at it that way because we're looking at spending the rest of our lives with you. We're not factoring in, okay, in the next 5, 6 years, 7 years, or however many years we're going to be divorced. We're not factoring that in. We thinking that way because we're looking at the fact that we're planning to spend the rest of our lives with you. That's why we think longevity.
Right, and that's what women do. They think about longevity. Men think about what we gonna be doing next week, what we gonna be doing next month, what we gonna be doing in a year. After that, we ain't think past that.
That's
And
why
see,
women are from Venus and men are from Mars.
and
Correct.
see, a while back we had a conversation about
What questions should be asked on dates by both?
no
Mm-hmm.
people moving up the ladder. You
Your
know,
expectations.
upping their status, and the
Mm-hmm.
person they're with is still down here,
Mm-hmm.
and they may want to leave that person behind because that person is not progressing to the point that they would like them to.
Right.
And I said,
Uh-huh.
but you knew where that person was at
When you
that
got with them.
point.
Yep.
And and you didn't find out if that's what they wanted to do, if they wanted to move further up. Did you marry them for love, or did you marry them for their status? And see,
Right.
that's why we ask questions. That's why you should ask questions.
Right.
Right, but men don't ask questions.
Nope.
But what she's saying is you should.
Yeah, men should, but men don't.
We
That's
don't
what.
even think to do that.
So it's not wrong,
You're
it's
right.
not wrong or bad for us to ask those kind of questions. But in fact, we all should be asking those questions,
But you know what's
to
funny,
make sure
Marlena?
that in the long run you're going to be on the same page if that's what you want. Because if you don't want your spouse to do, you married them and they was working at Burger King and you're moving up the ladder, are you still going to love them or want them if they're still working at Burger King?
That motherfucker better get on fries or something.
He better get on fire.
He better move up and get on fries or something. Next week he on lettuce. He better.
You know,
I tell you what, though, what's funny about all of this, if this situation was in reverse, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Nope.
Will we, guys?
Well, let's have it in
Nope.
reverse.
No, we wouldn't be having this conversation if it was in reverse.
We can most
What he's
definitely
saying is
do
that
it.
wouldn't even be a little thing that you read because it wouldn't even go, it wouldn't even be newsworthy.
Nope. Because me ain't gonna make sure that woman is fine. Most of us are anyway. Because he already gonna set forth provisions to make sure that if he die tomorrow, that woman is okay. His children will be okay. Because that's what a man does.
Okay, so I'm just gonna throw this out there. In reverse for me, if it was me on the receiving end of that, but one that is not a question that I would have asked.
Neither would I.
That I never would have asked that. At some time after 3 years, yes, that may have been a conversation only if that was something that he brought up. And for me, I wouldn't expect anything from it anyway, because that's something that you had before me. And I don't expect you to, it would be solely his choice.
yeah.
That's what he wanted to do.
It's just so improper to ask that, you know.
And if he didn't decide to give me 2 houses or whatnot, I wouldn't even be mad about it. I wouldn't be mad at it. Why? Because that was his before me. That's something that she left him and their children.
But the reason this wouldn't necessarily work in reverse, the one thing you know for sure that you ain't never gonna have to do is go be the handyman at any of them properties. You know I'm never gonna ask you to do that.
You can't really say that.
Yeah.
99.9% of the time, most men is not asking the woman to go be the maintenance man at those properties. Come on now,
But
sugar. We finna just waste breath at this point.
You got 2 phones. You might want me to collect some eggs and milk some cows.
I get what you're saying, but that depends on the type of woman that she is as well.
That's harder than what you think, Marlena.
If you
Milking cows is harder than what you think.
Wait a minute, I didn't get what you said.
I said milking cows is harder than what you think it is.
I've milked a cow before.
Yeah, but it's like I said, it's harder than what you think.
Now let's
And
just
picking up them eggs is, boy, you mess around and pick up a snake. Because there's snakes in the chicken coops trying to get them same
Snakes in the
eggs.
cow pasture too. And the barn.
Let's just be realistic about the whole situation. If it was reversed, would a woman ask a man to give her property that belonged to his deceased wife or another woman? They morals and standards wouldn't let them do that because they gonna think that was another woman's stuff and I don't want it.
Depends on the woman though.
Yeah, that's why I say most women would say that was another woman's stuff that you was with. And basically I'm getting her seconds or I'm getting her sloppy seconds. I don't want that. I got you because I love you. But her stuff, I don't want it. I want my own stuff.
She ain't gonna do them to sell it anyway.
That's what I was about to say. I was just convince you to sell that shit, and so y'all can go on a trip or something or do something else with her.
Not me.
I don't want to be laid up in this bitch's house.
I wouldn't sell it.
And her property.
Mm-hmm.
On her phone.
I would slap them houses on Section 8 and continue to draw income from them.
Hello. See, that's how I think, Andrea.
That's how I think.
I was gonna say, I don't see. I don't think I would sell it.
But there's a lot of women out there that would.
Yeah.
Because all they thinking is dollar signs, and you don't need that. That was her stuff.
Yep.
You don't need that. We need to be making something off of this.
There's 2 farms, which, a farm ain't just there just to be sitting there. It's
Exactly. That's
bringing in some
money. A
asset. I
farm
mean,
is
it's
money.
bringing in some income.
Right. You rent the farm out.
It's bringing in some income. And do you know? And you know, nine times out of 10, there's a barn there. And do
Mm-hmm.
you know a lot of people like to get married in barns and on farms and
Right.
places like that?
Have
You
hoedowns.
could turn it into a special events center.
A lot of right.
Hold down.
We would know what to do with the property. Besides
Yeah.
that. Okay, move on. Let's move on.
Yeah. There's a lot you can do with it.
Oh man.
Besides get rid of it.
Hey, that was a good ass question though. I was checking that out earlier today. Andrea, that was a good ass question.
It was a good question.
I can't believe this nigga.
Oh my God,
Man,
man.
all because I got one hand. He don't want to go.
Why is you
He want to.
recording?
Oh my God, it's pissing me off because I was born like this.
Come on, but you didn't tell me about it though.
It
Like,
don't matter, nigga.
okay, that's some shit.
It's just a fucking hand.
I'm saying, but you didn't tell me about it though. Like, why are you? Come on, like you recorded me and shit. Like,
Man,
you didn't tell me about your hand.
Bruh, this nigga act like
You
he's
told me.
that
You
fine.
told me how you look.
You act like you
told
that
me.
fine.
Come on, man. Is you serious right
You
now,
a little
man?
bitty little boy looking Ross nigga.
I'm saying, but
that's
why
what
are you?
is.
Come on, why are you trying to like? Come on, don't do that for real.
Man, I'm doing that and I don't give a fuck.
Because I don't want to take you out because you didn't tell me about your hand. You should have told me about some
It's
shit like
just
that.
a hand, boy.
Wow, dude, come on, don't do that, man.
I was born like this.
Come on, don't do that.
It's like I'm tired of niggas, bro. And is this how God made me? This gonna be my life.
But what I'm
you
saying
ain't even
is,
give
bro,
me a chance to get to know me. It's more than
you
me.
told me
just
about
a hand.
everything else but your hand, though.
Because I don't gotta tell niggas about my motherfucking hand,
I'm saying,
boy.
but you should have told me about it, though.
I ain't gotta tell you.
If I ain't had no eye and I ain't tell you about that, you wouldn't want to know that, right?
Man, it ain't even that serious.
I'm saying, but
okay,
I'm just trying to take you home, though.
But
like,
it's an eye.
That's what shit we supposed to talk about.
This is just one hand,
You told
man.
me
I
about
still got
everything
my
else but
other
that.
hand.
Oh my God.
Oh
man,
my
I can't believe this
God,
shit,
man. I got a baby that got two hands.
But I
You
feel
ain't
like-
even give me a chance.
But I feel like you catfished me, though.
I didn't catfish
Yes,
you.
you did.
You cap. You
I'm
cap.
saying, but you
Cause
catfished.
Because on your pictures you look totally different.
Okay, but now you trying to be like, now you trying to talk about me.
Yeah, cause you be using a filter.
You wasn't saying none of that shit, though.
The question is this: when you're dating somebody and y'all first getting to know each other, is there an obligation or should you feel an obligation to tell them about any thing that makes you disabled or any ailments? Do you feel the need to tell them before y'all meet right off the rip? Andrea, go ahead. No, okay. Well, all right, Diane, there you go. You back on the clock.
I guess it depends on what the disability is. A no hand disability, I don't think that is something that you got to tell somebody up front.
What about a club foot?
It just depends. Like, say, for instance, if you in a wheelchair, that would be something that you probably would want, to say. Even if you're missing a leg, if you got a little one of them fake legs, you could probably tell them on the first, second date or whatever, but up front before y'all meet. Because for instance, I went on a date for the very first time and I got pictures. The person never smiled and this, and he had all his teeth missing. He was sucking the meat off that chicken bone like, so he not gonna tell me, listen, I ain't got no teeth and I ain't wearing my dentures on this date. So, but I had the choice. I wasn't embarrassing the person or nothing. That just wasn't you need teeth.
Was he sucking the meat and looking at you while he was sucking the meat?
Giving you the eye.
So yeah, I would say that no, because you can get to know a person and you might really just love at first sight and they don't got no hand. Well, and you can always get a fake hand to put on it. I don't know, but I don't think,
a little hand.
Yeah. I mean, you can use that little hand to stir Kool-Aid. Who knows what you gonna do, with it. It probably come in handy.
What he say on Scary Movie? That's my strong hand.
Might come in handy. I don't know what the things that you could possibly do with that little gone hand. So, no, I don't think you necessarily have to expose everything. Let them see for themselves, and maybe they like your personality enough to, use I ain't gonna say that. I was gonna say use the hand as a microphone during karaoke, but that's rude. I'm sorry. Oh yeah.
Not as rude as old dude
I
with no
love
teeth in his mouth,
you.
looking like Stanley Earl.
Wow.
That was
Okay, so you're saying that it depends on what the problem is.
Yes, some people have told me that they wheelchair bound before meeting and things of that nature. But somebody I met before and they only had one eye. And so they don't be just telling you stuff up front. You gotta see it and see if what you willing to deal with.
the whole point is, who cares what somebody don't have? If you like them, you like them.
Yeah,
That's a superficial type thing,
you meet
you
them,
know?
you might get over whatever that stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Andrew, what say ye?
A while back, I was talking to a guy that he had spina bifida. I can't say
Mm-hmm.
that,
You said it
but
right, spider definitely.
that didn't bother me. I mean, it is what it is. Either I'm gonna like you or I'm not. But he did let me know up front, and I appreciated that. Why? Because they gave me the choice of whether I wanted to date this person or not. I think a person should always let a person know things up front to give them that option of whether they want to continue, if that's something that they can deal with or not. That's just my opinion of it.
Okay.
Be upfront, not that we get somewhere and then you coming there as in Diane is with no teeth. That ain't cute. Just use that as an example, but no. Mm-mm. For me, had he had told me that, then I would know what to expect.
Right.
Wow. Okay, well, all right, Mitch. Um,
Well,
what's your thought? She came in and you were getting ready to go date her. She didn't have a hand. When you showed up, she didn't have a hand. Do you think
is
she
she
should have told
left-handed
you
or
up front?
right-handed?
Shit, I
If,
don't
It
know.
don't matter.
I mean, think about it. Is she left-handed or right-handed? If it's her hand that she used all the damn time, well, I guess it's got to be the hand she used all the damn time. But
Right.
I mean, think about it. What difference does it make? If you like her, you like her. Whether she got a hand or not. The whole point in a nutshell is because you didn't give her an opportunity, you don't know what you might have missed out on. You know, we don't know what her job is. She might get a good ass check because she disabled like that.
Right.
We don't know. But the whole point is, why not give a person a chance because they're disabled or they don't have a hand, don't have a big toe? I mean, there's a whole lot of folks, man, I didn't know didn't have a big toe. I used to wonder why they walking like this, like looking like they was walking tenderfooted. They didn't have a big toe. And they had to learn how to walk, and balance themselves on 4 toes. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine got his toe chopped off by a lawnmower. I never knew. Went fishing one day, he took that boot off. What the fuck? Yeah, big toe gone. But yeah, you never know, man. You can't be so superficial all the damn time. That might be the best thing for you. That person with one hand might make your shit look bigger.
Oh my
That
God.
one hand might make your shit look bigger.
Okay, Lee Jack, what's your thoughts?
Well, in my case, I'm disabled, so I tend to let people know, well, since my disability, since I, first had my accident, I let people know up front, what the problem is and what the issue is and what the situation is. Because, if for like a first date, we can't go out dancing. We can't go out and goddamn me go do a lot of things, a few different things. But it's a lot of things that I can do and then I have to think about, for is where I can go, where I can't go, what accessibility there is, and what limitations I might have in this place or that place, or what
Mm-hmm.
the seating situation might be, or eating situation might be, or just all my different needs. But I look at it as though everybody got disability, whether they want to admit it or not. One of your feet might be bigger than the other one. One of your legs might be shorter than the other one. Like me said, one of your eyes might be bigger than the other. Your nostrils might be one size bigger than the other one. Ear shaped funny on one side. It's we all got disabilities. We don't tend to uh, acknowledge it or say that we have a problem, but we just go on with our lives. So I mean, if somebody got disability, don't look at them funny or judge them. I always say get to know them first, and find out what their personality or what their uh, disposition on life is, and see what y'all where y'all connect at. If y'all do connect, cool. If y'all don't, cool. You ain't lost nothing other than what, an hour, 2 hours of your time, and shit, you waste more than that doing nothing every day.
Every day. Agree.
That
Agree.
is a good way to that's a very good way to put that. Okay. Marlena?
I think you should tell them. Um, most people are visual. And if you say, for instance, like this video, she didn't tell him. And when the guy got in the car, he was overwhelmed. He was really overwhelmed. And in
Mm-hmm.
order for people who are looking, who are visual, you need to give them the opportunity to get over the initial shock. If they like you, they like you. But you at least tell them. They may not like you because you have a disability. That might not be their thing. A mature person is going to like you whether you have a disability or not. Mm-hmm. But some people cannot handle certain things. So I think it's best. And then it's kind of, in my opinion, it's kind of like a little bit borderline catfishing, because they're expecting one thing and they get something else, you know. Um, um, so I mean, it seems if you don't tell them, if somebody, if I was going on a date with somebody like that and they didn't tell me, I would feel like that they was trying to hide it from me. But I would still go on the date with them. I would still go on the date with them and hang out with them. And if I like them, I like them. But I would still want to know. I would still want to know, because I don't want to feel like that you're hiding things from me or didn't want me to know or see, or you kind of force me into a date with you, uh, you know, by not telling me, that you have a certain disability. Not saying me per se, I'm just saying anybody, you know, you kind of forcing me into a date with you, not by not telling me your disability. And this guy, what if I'm so glad he saw it in the car, because I would have hated for them to get into a restaurant or something like that. And then he saw it, and then that whole fiasco would have went on. But you should have told me, you know, you know. And I'm like, oh, oh my God,
But in his defense, he didn't get all, she the one who kind of got, mad because she was like, this is gonna be my motherfucking life. Everybody gonna keep judging me because of my, my hand. And he was like, I'm just saying he was like, I'm merely saying, you should have just told, we done talked about everything. He was like, you should have told me
You
that
should have
you
told
missing a
me.
hand.
Yeah, to allow him to get over the initial shock. 'Cause, perhaps, what if he didn't see it and they was in the car and he reached over to grab her hand and then he don't feel no fingers?
Right.
Just just tell him. Just tell him.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's somebody out there for everybody, whether you got missing a hand, a leg, or eye, or whatever the case may be.
That's true.
I know this lady who did hair. She was a hairstylist. And she only had one leg, and she had the most handsome boyfriend. So people don't necessarily judge you off of your
Yeah.
disabilities. They judge you mostly off of your personality.
Okay,
But
so if that's the case, just be up front and honest there. Just say what it is, because at the end of the day, you got to live with and accept wherever you at and who you are, whatever your position is. So you might as well embrace. And I know, depending on what your disability is, that's hard to accept. But sometimes, if you just want to be fully transparent, just say what it is and then go from there.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, if y'all talking about everything and y'all kicking it and whatnot, and when that person sees you and they have a problem with your disability or whatever, and then down the road they might say, well, you know, we get along good. We get along good, but I just can't get over that hand. Or I just can't get over that eye. I just can't get, past that eye, but maybe we'll be all right, because, we other than that, we cool with each other. Eventually, down the road, they gonna trade you in for somebody else.
So that's what you think, if they are not completely honest with you and saying that they can't get past that, if they say, okay, I'm gonna try this out, even though I know I can't get past it, you feel that that's just a waste of time because it's at some point they're gonna trade you in. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, at some point they're gonna trade you in because you're not exactly what they want. Even though y'all cool, y'all kicking it, y'all practically good at being soulmates, but that person can't get past the physical.
Well, she said in the video that I got a baby with two hands, so somebody hitting that.
Yeah.
So,
hitting it and staying with it is two different things.
See, I was just
Lord knows, ain't that the truth?
I was getting ready to say that myself.
But if we being honest, I've heard a lot of women say he ain't had no problem when he was hitting this thing last night. And I used to always say, what nigga is gonna complain about fucking?
He ain't.
I never understood that. That's not the measure of where you did something or made an impression. The measure of is when you turn around, is he there?
That thing be as big as a hallway. As long as he get a little friction off of it, he don't care.
No, So, I mean, that's just a little side note. We ain't got to go down that particular road right there. But I just always wonder why that's one of the first go-to things that women say. You ain't say that, but you were hitting it. Yeah, most men don't dog coochie while he hitting it. Most men don't do that. So, the next question I wanna ask you, Mitch.
Oh.
Oh man.
Stepdads are men that women wouldn't date if they didn't have kids. Let me read that again. Stepdads are men that women wouldn't date
If the women didn't have
if
kids.
they didn't have kids. Facts.
Do you agree or disagree with that statement?
Lord
I
have
don't agree with
mercy.
that statement. I don't agree with it. I already had children before I became a stepfather. You know, to me, it takes a special type of dude to be a stepfather because you got to deal with attitudes from the child, attitudes from the father. It takes a special dude to be a stepfather because we doing stuff we ain't got to do. We doing it for the betterment
True.
of this child. And then we have to think about it. Somebody might have did it for us, you know?
That's
And
always
if,
my argument right there.
yeah, because I always think, hey, I'm 54 years old, man. I might look up 10, 15 years from now, and one of these drive-by shooters might be trying to rob me. And look up and see, oh, that's that dude that helped me when I was a young man. So you got to think about it like that. You know, you never know who you might run into down the line. But no, I don't think a stepfather is somebody that nobody would date. Because there's a whole lot of us out here who's raised other people's kids and had never had no problem getting no woman. So I don't think that.
Agreed.
Russell Wilson, Sierra, he's a great stepdad, and he's a catch. He's a great catch and a great stepdad, according to what they show on the in the publicity. You know, he treats her like a queen. He treats the baby like it's his son. They got other babies together, and they just raising them all as if they were all his. That's a good example enough to just shut that down.
That is true. That is true. What you think about that, Leon?
Yeah, that's a good example. But then we got to think about the other side of the spectrum. You know, we got these gals out here, you know, these hood girls that, you know, they say, hey, any man is worth of any man that, you know, that they get that they think that they can keep. Hey, stepdaddy is better than a daddy, so you know, hey, get them how they get them.
Yeah.
Everybody get them.
I mean, but
Mhm.
there's a yin and a yang to for every spectrum. There's an opposite end of the spectrum, right? We all understand that we don't live life long enough to know that. Yeah, there's some good to that. There's some bad to that. So you're right. Russell Wilson is like that poster boy for this shit. You know what I mean? To say if this is how you gonna do it, you might want to do it that way right now. But you know, we all from not affluent places, and we've seen how some women just want that man there because that man there help with them goddamn kids. I mean, we've seen it. So I don't necessarily agree with that because uh like I said, I'm a victim. I'm a product of a stepfather. You know what I mean? And I understand that, hey, yo, this dude didn't have to do what he did. So I don't believe that because they make real impact in people's lives, you know, because at the end of the day, when I ain't have nobody there to say, hey, put a foot in my ass to be a man or none of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? He did what he could within the parameters of what he could, you know what I mean? Because unless he be in your life since you like a baby. Let's say he come in with you about 12. It's only so much authority he can exert at that particular point. So he find ways to tap into you. You know, now he been there since you was 6 months, a year old. At that point, that's your damn daddy. He can put a foot in your ass at that point. You
Right.
know. So it just depends, but they make real impact in people's lives. So I don't believe in that statement at all. Period, point blank. Sure.
I most definitely don't agree with that. I mean, for one, you fall in love with who you fall in love with, regardless of what your situation is. And like everyone have said here, you know, sometimes the stepfather is the best man in the child's life anyway, you know. But no,
And the
I
best
don't
thing
agree.
you ever had.
Right. So no, I most definitely don't agree with that.
Yep. Because how many drafts have we watched where guys get up there and think they stepfathers?
bunch.
How many times we don't seen that? Where guys do that. They say, hey, look, if it wasn't for this man right here taking me to my practices or being there for me and doing stuff while my mama working, stepfather play a vital role in people's lives.
Shaq, number one dude did that.
Yep,
Shaq.
yeah, that's true. Yep. What do you call him? The Sarge or the general? What do you call him? The
Sarge.
Sarge, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He always makes sure everybody know that, this man played a role in my life, a major role in my life.
Now the question, Mario, should have been, this is what should have been the question. Why do men not want to be stepfathers?
And not only that,
That's a good one.
why is it that sometimes the stepfather comes in, take care of the woman's children better than he does his
own children? Yes.
Ooh, all right.
So,
Well, tell you what, let's get into that.
You open up that's a whole area of that.
You want me to start with that one? Or
Yeah,
you want to start, Marlena?
A lot of times that is the mom's fault.
Thank you.
Because you're not allowing him, because you got issues with him, to be the father to his children that he would like to be.
Exactly.
A lot of times that's it. A lot of times they don't want to come around. They don't want to come around because every time they come around, it's some issues, So as women, sometimes we drive the men away from our children, and and being in their lives, but they can't go with you, or, well, why can't I come and get them and take them, away from the house? Because when I come there, you constantly, it's drama. When I come, you ain't taking my kids nowhere. Da, 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 da. It's just so much, with that. So they don't get to be a father to their children, a daddy to their children the way that they want to be. Some of them just don't care to even try. Some of them just don't care to even try. They just rather go somewhere else and try to make away with somebody else and get along better and raise somebody else's children. And sometimes men and women just go separate ways. Maybe their children live in another state, So it's a lot of different reasons why.
Andrea, is there a rebuttal?
Yes. I know that all the time we like to say that the woman likes to keep up a lot of drama. The woman likes to just keep the kids away from the father for whatever reasons. But what if she's actually not doing that? What if it's just that case in where that man just don't want to come around and be there for his kids?
I said that.
But still, if you did, I didn't hear you, my bad. But still go over somewhere else and help raise a whole nother family, and you're there for them all the time. Being that father when he could have just done that with his own kids.
So are you saying that you don't want him to do them kids there at all? You want him to do them kids, or are you saying you want him to do both sets of kids at the same time? That's a little confused. Which one are you saying?
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If you're going to take on the role of being a stepfather, and especially being a stepfather to some kids, and you know that you have your own kids out there and there's no issue between you and the mother, don't just be that good father to those kids, because that makes your kids look at you hell of a differently.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of hurt that comes along with that.
So I'm asking, you're saying being a good dad to both sets of kids. That's what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah. Basically, if that's what you're gonna do, if you're gonna be a man, step up and take care of some other kids, then, and be the father that you are in their lives, then you need to pedal back and do it for your kids as well.
Okay. Okay. All right, I got you. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Big Mitch.
Well, the way I look at it, a lot of times, the women that you have a child by is not appreciative of what you're doing for the child, and is teaching that child to not be appreciative of you also. And it's so much easier to just to walk away, no matter how much you try, no matter how much you do. Because my youngest son, he had insurance. He was getting $800 a month. And I was doing everything for him, buying him school clothes and shoes and, taking him back and forth to the doctor. I was doing every damn thing. And this woman had him convinced that I wasn't doing shit for him. You get what I'm saying? And at the
I
same
get
time,
exactly what you're saying.
I was married and had a stepdaughter. And I'm sitting here thinking that this child's not ever giving me any problems. When I tell her to do something, when I ask her to do this, that, everything's cool. Because she made a point to do like I'm asking her to do because I'm there for her. And my actual son, was just following in behind his mama. Now we can't blame a child because he's a child. Because the child can only get what he sees, and most of the time he's only going to do what his mama is teaching him until he's out on his own or not around her so he can see with his own two eyes. He don't really know what's going on. I had to actually show this boy check stubs where he was getting child support because he didn't even know he was getting it because his mom was spending his money. He had no clue. You know, most guys don't want to be stepfathers because every damn time you turn around, the real father, when he see you spending that time at them football games, taking those kids fishing, spending that quality time with them, and them kids starting to like him, fuck around and call you daddy one or two times, and they come around and they see this child gravitating towards you. Oh man, it pisses them off. And what's the first thing they do? Say something to the mama to try to cause friction in between y'all's relationship. So it's not hard. I mean, not easy being a stepfather. It's hard. You got every damn thing in the world that come against you, and in the middle of it, to try to piss you off, to make you jump out of who you are, or this dude who ain't never done nothing, all of a sudden, he wants to step up and try to be a man then. And all you're doing is confusing the hell out the child. I heard an old rap song said, if you can't take care of him and there's another man that's trying to, let him. But don't get in the damn way. Assist him by letting him know, hey, yeah, I'm your daddy, but this man right here, you respect him because he's there and he's trying for you. If more men would do that, we wouldn't have these problems.
Agreed. All right, we're gonna close this subject out because this is an emotional, touchy subject, you know what I mean? So Leon, I'm gonna give you a chance to answer that and we'll wrap this subject here up.
Ooh, yeah. Most men, can't be fathers to their children because the woman that they had the children with don't want to be amicable with them. They want to be mad in their feelings because they didn't got a new family or got a new woman and they got kids together, or they got, she got kids, or, kids coming to the situation. And they feel as though that, hey, you should have been here with yours, taking care of yours, but at the same time, all this pressure and bullshit that I'm putting in your life, you should deal with it because, this your child. It's, you know, when I was in that situation, where as, my ex-wife, she wanted me to be a father. She wanted me to be a father to my daughter with her, but didn't want me to be a father to my other daughter that I had before her because she can understand how me and my other ex-wife were cool, still cool with each other. I mean, we were friends before we got married. We got married and we still figured out the shit didn't work. Us being married together, but we still could be cool as friends. I mean, what's the issue? We talk, we have, we laugh, joke, and talk about our, issues that we have with our child together. If she need help with her, I try to help her out. I mean, but she didn't want that. She wanted me to be just all 24/7 just with my child, with her. I'm like, man, I'm not forgetting about my child because she is my child. That is my child. I have another child besides this one. And what I'm going to do for one, I'm going to do for the other one.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, I know we said we were going to close it out with Leon, but Diane, you haven't had a chance to chime in on this. Go ahead and we'll close it out with you, this subject out with you.
I answered the question already.
You did? Oh, man, we've been talking that long. I don't remember you answering this question. Okay. All right. Well, we'll move on from this. So, Andrea, you wanted to double back around to what we talked about on that live. And I'll let you take over and do whatever you got to do because you the one said you wanted to double back. What did you want to double back about in particular?
Oh,
Shit, I done forgot that.
damn shame.
I did. I have forgotten my
You
bad.
called me back and said, "Hey, let's double back to what we talked about." You
What
called
y'all
me
talk
back to
about,
say
Mario?
this.
What y'all talk
We
about,
was
Mario?
we was talking about the leadership roles in relationships, and she said
Oh,
that she wanted to double back on it because I guess she didn't left something on the table or she forgot to bring something up. Is this jogging your memory at all?
I know what initially we were talking about, but what? Oh, damn. Well, pick that back up next week after I think about what the hell it was about.
there you go.
Damn, I
Okay.
can't believe I know we talked about all this morning, but I have honestly forgotten what it was about. Damn.
Okay, so let me just ask the people that's going to catch this on YouTube. If you're still hanging out with us at this particular point in the show, please drop in the comments over there on YouTube and say, what do you think leaders are automatic? Either you're a leader or you're not, or you made into being a leader. Because some people believe it's different schools of philosophy here. Some people think you're born leaders. Some people think that being forced into fires and your life experience helps turn you into a leader. So with that being said, I would like to turn the tables over to Miss Diane on this one. Diane, what are your opinions on a leader and what's your philosophy on it?
You said, what is my thoughts on leaders?
Yeah, leadership's in a relationship.
Oh, I think having somebody to lead the relationship is a good thing. If you're capable of doing so. because everybody's not capable. That's my thoughts. I think, so are you asking, I don't know, are you asking, are you born a leader or?
I'm asking you, okay, you gave us your one thought right there, but what's your thoughts on how a leader is formed, made?
I think, I guess it just depends on the circumstances that the person was put into. Sometimes, like if you have a dad that is a great leader, sometimes you emulate what you see, you know. But sometimes you see things and some people just don't want to be a leader. It all depends on your personality. Some people just ain't made for it. So I guess in essence, oftentimes it's just what's in you.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. What's your thoughts on that, Big Mitch?
Well, the truth, when stuff is easy, when life is easy and everything's going great, it's easy to be a leader. But you find out what you're made out of when you have problems, when life ain't going the way you want it to go, when stuff is going this way when you needed to go that way. You find out what you're made of then, and that's what the qualities of a leader is. To be that person when things ain't going the way you need them to go. And being able to stand up on your feet and do what you got to do when it's hard. Because anybody can lead when it's easy. Anybody can do a whole lot of stuff when it's easy, when life is good. But when you're down to your last dollar and you got three kids to feed, what you gonna do? See, that's how you know when you're a leader or not. When you know that you don't feel good, but you know you got to get out there and get up and go to work to make sure them lights stay on. That's a sign of a leader right there, because he know what he got to do, and he gonna get up and do what he got to do to make sure that he handling what he got to handle. So we can call a leader a whole lot of things, but keeping a cool head when you're pissed off about the world, getting up and walking away when you know somebody didn't piss you off and you know you could hurt them and possibly go to jail for it. And there's a whole lot of definitions of a leader. But my mama was the best leader I ever had, because she always shot me straight, never lied to me, told me the truth about every damn thing. Regardless of how it made me feel, she told me. The best thing about being a leader is being straightforward and keeping it real, regardless of how somebody else feel. And you let them know right up front, hey, I'm not saying this to hurt your feelings, but you need to work on this, that, this.
Yep. Okay. All right, Mr. Jackson, what's your thoughts on that, on leadership in a relationship?
Leadership in a relationship. Well, leadership in a relationship, you have to look at it as we have to been through some things in order to know how things can turn out or come out at the end. And in order to lead somebody through that, you have to been able to be as able to follow as and also able to lead at the same time. Because what your idea of how you can get from point A to point B might be a curve, and that other person's might be a straight line. So somebody got to bend and come to an agreement and say, hey, even though my idea might be this way, let's try that way, to kind of come to a mutual agreement to get to a certain spot. But at the same time, when you come to that mutual agreement, both of y'all can't be trying to follow each other there. Somebody got to lead somebody there. So you got to know when you got to, what they say, pull up your big girl pants or pull up your big boy shorts and put your boots on and go ahead and step through it.
Okay. All right, that's definitely some truth in that. Marlena, what are your
Everything
thoughts?
Mitch and Leon said it in a nutshell. You know, taking initiative to get things done when you see that they need to be done, and knowing when to fall back, uh, whenever you need to fall back and let somebody else take the lead. Um, you can always, taking initiative to um, verbalize things that need to be done or things to do, and also uh, take an initiative to listen when you need to as well.
Okay. All right, Suge. Any thoughts on that? I know you're gonna get back to what you originally was gonna say, but any thoughts on the whole leadership thing again?
I want to go back to your original of that about being born leaders and all of that. Some people are born leaders, but a lot of people are not born leaders. Some people are made into leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Every person that wake up in the morning, you can't just wake up and say, "Oh, I'm gonna be a leader today." Some people just, it takes a person sometimes to be put in a position as to where they truly find themselves and become a leader. Everyone is just not born a leader. For instance, take Malcolm X. That man was a what? He was a crackhead,
A thief.
a thief. He robbed. He stole. He stole.
Mhm.
I mean, all of that. But it took him joining the nation in order to become a leader. Just using that example. So everybody is just not naturally born leaders out here in relationships and all of that. Sometimes it takes you being in position and put into certain positions to bring that out of you to become that leader that was already within you. But you just needed a way to figure out uh to have her to bring that out of. So I mean, leaders, they but it most definitely takes one person to lead and everybody else has to follow. I will agree with that, because it can't be two leaders. That just doesn't work. You can compromise on some things, but as far as actual leadership, it only needs to be one.
Okay. All right. I got y'all. Yeah. Um, all right, well, we're gonna close this out on a real simple um question. Uh, and just real quick, a quick little synopsis, just for the people out there, since it is debate season, it is election season, it isn't all that. And we try not to talk politics and religion on the show, but I just want to ask everybody a real simple question. Do y'all think Kamala has a chance to win, Mitch?
Yep. I think she has a chance to win, but it's gonna take everybody getting out there and voting, just like when Obama beat what's his name? But that was a landslide, but it really wasn't. It's gonna take us all pulling together and voting. It's gonna take a lot of them white women getting together and voting, for their rights. It's gonna take something, but I do think she has an opportunity to win.
Okay. Marlena, you think Kamala can pull it out?
The opportunity is there, but I'm going along with Mitch. We have to get out and vote. We can't just sit back and say, I hope she wins.
Mhm.
We need to take some initiative to make some moves, get up off your butts, go vote. That's the only way that she's going to be able to win it.
Okay. What about you, Diane? Do you think Kamala can do it?
You're muted, Diane.
Sorry, my bad. I think Kamala has a great opportunity to win, because the only other alternative is, a crazy guy. So I think a lot of people are tired of dealing with somebody like him, and will be willing to, even if they're Republicans, to vote the latter. So I think she has potential. Like everybody else said, everybody just got to get out and vote. But oftentimes some people don't like either, so they won't vote. But no, you need to figure out which are the lesser of two evils.
Especially us women, we really need to band together, pull this thing off, because she's Black, that's against her. Number two, she's a woman, and that is truly against her, because a lot of men, regardless to whether they think she can handle it or not, they ain't gonna vote for her because she's a woman. They're not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
They just
But
not going to do it. They're not
there's
gonna vote for
13
her because she's a
countries.
woman. They're not gonna vote for her because she's Black. So it's truly, the stronghold is really up to us women to get out there and get it done.
There's 13 countries out there ran by women that are thriving. So that is not even an excuse. She ought to be able to run this country just like those 13 women are running those other countries. And we ought to be able to
I
thrive.
believe, I believe in her. I believe in her. I believe she can do it. I believe she will do it, given the opportunity.
Well,
But the opportunity comes with the vote, y'all.
it does come with the vote. What you think, Andrea, so we can get up out of here?
Like ants, the people of the city scurried. Above them all, a dame, a bold, Helen, you're narrating again, you stupid sausage.
Who was that?
That's not what I think.
What the hell was that?
That is not what I think.
That sounds like the devil.
They were talking about sausage?
Sound like that.
My computer was frozen, and I was trying to click around, and I think I clicked on my Hulu.
What you over there watching? Sausage Party?
Oh, that was funny.
Oh my goodness.
You make sure you keep that in there, Mario, because that was funny as shit.
I mean, and it happened right when I say, so what's your answer?
Right.
It sounded like somebody was possessed, just started talking.
Right.
That was too funny.
So I do think that it's time for change. I truly do think it's time for change. We have been up under the thumbs of men for the longest, and I hate to say it that way, but I did. It is what it is. I do think she does have a good chance of winning, but the only pushback from that is that you do have a lot of people that are truly for Trump, that are truly for, that's gonna ride with him all the way. And do we need him back in office? No, I don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. We have to look at that as being, okay, with him back in office, look at the things that is going to change for us. Look at him talking about trying to make it as to where he's going to be the president from here on out. I mean, there's a lot of things that, yeah, right. There's a lot of things that we're going to have to look at. People need to look at. Do you want Trump to be your president for the longevity of his life? No, I know I don't. But
not even that. Think about who's going to be after him.
yeah, right. So is it time for something different? Yes. Is it time to get up from under the thumb of men? They're always going to be around. No way. But
Hold up now.
I think you not you know what I'm meaning. You take it out all the wrong way. But I do think she has a great chance in winning, and I hope that she wins, and I pray that she does great things with this country.
Okay. Leon.
Look here. If that orange face, carrot top head, lying, cheating, stealing some bitch won the first time, had a chance to win when he won the first time, she got a great chance of winning. Because she ain't did half the shit that he did. Hell, she ain't done none of the shit that he did. He was a horrible businessman, and they voted him for president. She ain't had no horrible business dealings. Cheated countries out of money and all kind of stuff. She ain't did none of that stuff. So yeah, she got a great chance of winning.
Yeah, but they still backing him though. A lot
Yeah.
of people are still backing him.
Now he a criminal. He been indicted on 96
Yeah, and they
charges.
swept that under the rug.
Under the rug. And he's gonna be the president as a felon.
Mm-hmm.
As a felon. In which he's gonna try to, I guess, pardon himself of that.
Yeah. So a lot of things is going on. It's just a bunch of turning the other cheek away from the stuff that he's done. You know, as if he didn't do it. He's still getting all these opportunities. You know, and it's not right.
I don't think he should, with being convicted as being a felon, I don't think he should have been able to run.
I think he ought to be in jail right now.
I do too.
Don't y'all see what this really is? This is like that book Animal Farm. Back in the day when you was like 8th, 9th grade, you had to read that book Animal Farm by George Orwell.
I didn't have to read it. But
to me, that's what this world is like. That's what politics right now is like. You know, when the pigs took over control of the farm, start standing on two legs. You remember that book? So y'all never had to
I didn't have to read that.
I remember it. I don't remember all those details, but I remember reading it.
Well, I'm just saying that's the way politics of today has started to resemble that book, Animal Farm. So really, yo, we got to band together for real. Because man, just all of this doesn't even have everything just to do with women. This has a whole lot to do with just being Black.
Yeah.
Because when they start going after these brown people, start deporting them back, what you think they're gonna do to us? When they take the women's rights away, what do you think they're gonna do to Black people?
They've already done it here in Texas. They've already done it.
Done what?
Partially taking women's rights away, especially along the lines of abortions and things like that. They've already done that.
They're trying to take your right to vote away.
You're right.
Once
they start with women, they're going to take
all Black people's rights. They're trying to make it back. When they say make America great again.
Right again? Yes.
They talking about the time where a Black man was 3/5 of a person. See, we're not really paying attention. That's what's really going on.
I know exactly what they mean.
See.
Okay.
But the thing about it is, you know, those times Black people were different. You're dealing with a whole different gang of Black people.
Yeah, you're dealing with some Black people now that will die for this. That's just as crazy as they are.
Right.
Especially those millennials.
Just saying.
So are we? So are no, not we. Are y'all saying that y'all just want to vote for her simply because y'all think that she's a better alternative for the Trump, or she black? Because as we sit right here, right now, if we being completely honest, don't nobody know what her policy or her plan is. She hasn't told nobody nothing.
Doesn't matter what our policy or plan is, Mario. It's better than whatever Trump has got going on. Because if Trump
Well,
get in office
I was
in
gonna say,
2025 starts up, Project 2025 starts up, we're not going to even be able to do nothing. So that's what we need to be looking at.
yeah. I mean, even so, whether it was her or somebody
Anything's
else,
better than
or
that.
even if it was um Biden or whoever, anybody, the best, sometimes they say the best of two evils, you know,
Mhm. The
and I
lesser
don't,
two evils. Yeah.
you know, I don't, I don't think she's evil, you know, but if that was the case, you don't want the person who's more evil.
Mm, You know,
Okay, okay. I was just wondering.
It's not a black or
I'm
white thing, Mario. It's not a black or white thing.
It,
It's
it,
a
and it,
it's
and
a
it's and
right
it's not.
thing. It's a
And
right
I
thing,
did
right
say,
and wrong thing.
just
and I
give.
did say earlier that I think that she could do the job.
Yes, I have no doubt of that. I think she definitely could do the job. I was just wondering how y'all felt about the policies and about, because to be honest, Trump has not put anything out there. He talks, talk, 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 talk. But anytime somebody asks him a real question about what you do, the only thing you will get an answer from him about is the fucking border and China. Other than that, he ain't talking about nothing else. So I just wondering, because for the same token, I was just saying, if we're being honest, Kamala has not really kind of let people know, where she stand on a lot of stuff either. But
Well, I got a good one for you, Mario. Do you know everybody that's making less than $75,000 a year, taxes is going up? Did you know that?
Do what?
Everybody who makes less than Everybody that makes less than $75,000 a year, taxes is going up.
where'd you hear that, and when is that supposed to take place?
It's getting ready to take place now. When Trump was in office the first time, that was one of the things he did. That's why the tax thing changed. That's why a lot of things you could write off on your taxes before he came in office and after he came in office changed because he wrote that into law. I know y'all noticed that because you used to be able to write your uniforms off on taxes, but you can't anymore.
But they were changing tax codes before Trump became in.
No,
every year, regardless of who's the president,
this
the
happened on Trump's
it was
watch.
changing.
And right now, everybody that's making less than $75,000, taxes is fixed to go up because the middle class is going to pay for the debt. No lie. Look it up.
I'm doing that right now as you talking. I'm looking at it
Look it
right
up.
now.
Everybody who makes less than 75,000, your taxes finna go up. He trying to take money from Social Security and trying to take money from the veterans as we speak.
Now that part about the Social Security is very disturbing, because that is really true. At its core, Social Security meant to be no more than 6.2% of what was supposed to be taken away from general Americans. Now I think it's up to like 13%. And guess what? Anytime they fund anything or anytime they need money,
It's coming
guess where
right
they
out of
take it
that.
from?
That's
That's where
right.
they take it from. And
That's
that's
why
why
every year they try to make it go up, your age go up to draw your Social Security. Most of
and
us
that's
will
why
be
they say,
dead before we even get it.
yep. And that's why they say by the time my kids who are 18 or 19 or 20 get to their age, ain't gonna be no money left. They're gonna be knocking on doors and ain't nobody gonna have no answers for them. And it might
Exactly.
not even take that long. It might be within the next 25 years, because they saying by 2050 it may go broke.
See?
So I mean, yeah, I mean that part, yeah, it is disturbing. But once again, we just kept pouring money into Ukraine as like it was nothing, you know. So yeah, but let end the show. Let's get off of this, y'all. Let's move on from this. Cause you almost can't win with this with this stuff.
You're not gonna win. It's
No,
not
you
meant
can't. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So
to get you.
Mitch, take us up out of here, big man.
We leaving?
Look
Yes,
here.
we
I ain't
we
gonna even be
leaving.
nice about it.
Well,
You just
everyone, I
froze up.
hope that you all enjoyed tonight's show. This has been another episode of A Thing or Two About Life. Remember that you can most definitely send us your thoughts, your emails, ask questions, whatever. Just send those to atotalview22@gmail.com. Leave us comments on YouTube and everywhere. Come join the group.
Yes, come join the group. All right, Cat Lady Marlena and Miss Southern Belle Madeline, take us on out of here.
Well, y'all, I won't be dating no more young men. That's for sure. I hope to see y'all again next week. I love y'all. Bye-bye. Thank you, viewers, for coming in to hang out with us again this evening. We truly love you. We love your support. Bring some friends in next time, and just hang out with us. We love y'all. Keep coming. Meow.
All right. All right, big man. Talk to him.
Well, I'm not gonna even be nice about it. I'm just gonna keep it real. You know, we have an obligation to our generation and the generation that's coming from behind us. We got to step up and do what's right. Not just for ourselves, but for our children and our children's children. We need to get up off our asses and do what's right for everybody. That means getting off your ass and go vote, going to pick somebody up, taking them to vote, getting out there and making sure that you're knocking on doors, making sure them motherfuckers vote. To me, this is one of the most important elections of our lives. A lot of people might not see it that way, but that's how I see it because I see where it's going. I appreciate everybody just taking out the time to listen. You know, this has been a serious show more or less than something funny. I laugh and joke about a whole lot of shit, but when it comes down to life, thing or two about life is real. Oh, this is real, y'all. We coming to a point in our lives where any little fuck up can throw us off for years in life and throw off our kids' life from what's going on right now. So think about what you're doing. Think about what we need to do as people. Y'all have a
That
good
is
night.
correct. That is correct. I will say this. He is right. If nothing else, you ain't got to put out here who you voting for, but he right. Get out to the polls. Get your friends out, especially those first-time voters, the young kids who finally legal to vote. Don't let them convince themselves that they votes don't matter. I don't care what you have to do. Grab them up, snatch them up, like Mitch said. Throw them in the car, throw them in the van. I don't care if you have to get you something where you get together and get some pizza, get their friends, get them to wherever you got to get them because it is
Yeah,
just
get them
that crucial.
registered. A lot of them not even registered. They're
Yep.
legally
Yep.
aged to vote, but they're not even registered. So get them. Make sure they get registered.
Yes, that too. I don't care how you have to do it within legal means, but yes,
Yeah,
let's get them registered because, like Mitch said, that nobody knows the trouble I see. It's
that
some shit
right.
on the horizon that hey, look, y'all don't want that man down. I know I
They
might
don't.
say some stuff and try to play devil's advocate, but the truth of the matter is that's all just for the show. I really need Kamala to win because you don't want that man there because he talked crazy. And when a man referred to people as I do for the blacks, you really think he care about you when he referred to a whole group
Hell
of people as the
no.
blacks? You know what I'm saying? You know, so yes, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. All right, Miss Diane, talk to him, pretty lady.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. I hope you enjoyed this segment of A Thing or Two About Life. And like everybody said, please get out and vote. It is imperative that you do so. And if you choose not to, then whatever happens,
Can't complain.
if it goes into the wrong hands, we ain't trying to hear no complaining.
Sure, right.
That's
So
true.
with that being said, I guess we'll see you on the next show. Holla.
You'll be
All
sitting
right.
beside each other picking cotton together.
Yeah. Yeah, I really think we trying to
Got to worry about
bring
me picking
back
up.
the good old days with the good old boys.
That is true. All right, Mr. Triple H, Mr. Make It Do What It Do. You had the dubious distinction of bringing us all the way home. Talk to him, player.
Look here. If you got a shorter leg, one leg shorter than the other one hand bigger than the other one toe missing, god dang on no teeth, big ears. Hell,
Kickstand.
women, I'm just gonna say it and put it out there because we all know it to be true. If one titty bigger than the other one, let that man or woman know up front what your disability is, so they can have the option to whether or not they want to find out what your personality is all about and be with you and love your one titty bigger than the other one, or big toe missing, or goddamn me, whatever your problem is. Let that person love you for you.
But if you do have a disability, don't be an asshole, because we might be able to look past the disability, but not being an asshole.
There you go.
You ain't gonna be able to look like you ain't gonna be able to look past that kickstand now. Come on now.
Oh man, no. And I mean, and if you just happen to be singing and you use that little nub as a mic, remember Diane said that.
Take that out.
You put your nub up to your face like you singing in the mic. So I mean,
I mean, they can use to plug in other things too, you know.
Come on now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go back to
Come
my
on now.
corner.
well, you better hope she goddamn a petite person ain't got no big ass nub.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm sorry, man. Let's end this damn show,
Good night,
man.
everybody. I hope that you have enjoyed A Thing or Two About Life. Recording, stop.
It didn't do it.
Okay.